we can stir an egg in, and that becomes more like what we would consider a stracciatelle, which is another Italian soup that has egg and parsley. We also sometimes say that we throw an egg in and it becomes more like an egg drop soup. For those of you who don't know what stracciatelle is, everybody seems to know what egg drop soup is. Now, by adding that egg, it still remains a meatless dish, and it adds protein, and the protein allows this to become a full meal dish, which is just wonderful. Now I want to take a look at our pastiera cooking in the oven and see what's happening with that, because I can smell it and it's intoxicating. We're looking good with that so far. I'm going to lower this down and keep it cooking on a little bit of a lower temperature. I had the temperature up initially a bit higher than normal so that I could brown the top. We want a deep brown color. Now when I met my wife also, I told you that funny little story about Sicily. My mother-in-law never really let anybody in the kitchen with her. I was one of the few people that she allowed in the kitchen, and I still take that as such a personal compliment that she would endow me with some of her recipes and teach me, because I guess she recognized my passion for food. So we have this pancetta. It's getting a little bit golden along with the garlic, and 2 more minutes we're going to add the peas. Now my mother-in-law cooks all kinds of things, and I think one of the reasons she recognized that I was a true passionate person about food is we went shopping one day, and while my wife was looking at clothes and jewelry and all the other normal things that you would think that would be included in a shopping day, a rounded shopping day, I went into the kitchen department, and out I came with a big saute pan. And I was so excited to get it home and try it out that my mother-in-law invited me into the kitchen, and we cooked something together in that saute pan. A couple of months later, she had talked about that saute pan so much that my father-in-law actually went out and bought her the same saute pan, which I took as one of the highest compliments you could get, that my mother-in-law was actually doing something that I did, or taking something that I said and thinking that it was right. We're going to add our peas in now. Whoa, they shoot right up in your face, so be careful. Let's see, we need some lemon, we need a little bit of wine. Did you see that? It like exploded up. The peas sometimes have a little moisture, and I thought I protected that. So here's how I'm going to stop the peas from exploding on me. I'm going to add a little bit of white wine to that. So there's that little bit of a sizzle. No more exploding peas in my face. I hope I don't have like peas in my hair. We give that a nice stir. We was going to add the wine anyway, so it's not like we just did that out of nowhere. You got to be ready for these kind of things. When you're cooking and you're adding alcohol to the plate, you can get into a situation where it ignites. Perhaps you're not wanting it to ignite, but it does. So always keep a lid handy. Things either start splashing or ignite. You can add a lid quickly, move it off the heat, and it just makes it a little bit easier and safer for you to continue to cook. I do want to add a little bit of pepper to this, a pinch of salt, tiny bit more white wine, some parsley, and of course, remember I said my lemon zest. See, we're just getting the skin, not the white. I'm revolving this lemon, rotating it as I'm zesting, so I'm only zesting one little place at a time. Mix this up. Raise my heat a little bit. I want to take a look at my zucchini, which is cooking nicely. And let's pull our pastiera out of the oven. Oh yes, Nana's going to be proud of me today. Be ever so careful with this, because it is just so hot that you want to always keep your pot holder close to it. That will tell people that this dish is extremely hot. Just want to cut a little chunk of that out so we can see. Look at that, how wonderful that has held together. I'm going to just move this forward. And again, by leaving the pot holders there, it tells me it's very, very hot. And let's jump in and do our quick little drink that I promised. A little bit of chocolate ice cream, which of course is melting a little bit. A little bit of ice. A little bit of milk. We're going to grind this up quickly. One more time I had to hit it because I heard something crackling around which told me one piece of ice didn't get broken up so much. Oh, look at this. It's actually thick like a milkshake smoothie. Little bit of fresh cream. And of course, a cherry. Now that, with my pot holders here, let's get our zucchini soup and our peas out. We need to stir this zucchini soup and add a little bit of salt and pepper. I break it up a little bit. Make sure it's good, of course. There's our zucchini soup. And our peas are just about done. Now, if you wanted with the zucchini soup, you simply break the egg and stir it in. I'll show you right now how we do that. The soup is hot enough that by stirring this up, you'll see that egg coagulating in the soup. Remember, that soup was boiling, so it's at 212 degrees. We're only worried about bringing the egg to 160 degrees to worry about any bacteria. So you can see the clumps of the egg that are already coagulated into the soup. And now let's get our peas out, dust our plate off a little bit. Another quick toss with that. Remember, these were the exploding peas, so stand back. So here we have our peas, our bastiria, and our zucchini soup, which we call gugut seal, and of course that wonderful drink that I told you about. I'm David Martone, Executive Chef at Classic Thyme. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon.